Hello viewers, welcome back to the channel. Apologies for the state of my face. Don't know why I'm apologising, to be fair, because it doesn't really matter. I'm on the way to the gym. Today is chest and back, so I thought I'd film it. I've added a few things into the session that I haven't been doing, so I thought maybe I'd just film it and let you guys see. And I don't know if it's a good idea to even be going, because the other day after I finished legs, I went for it was arms actually. I went for a PB on deadlifts, and I think I pulled like something in here on the pull-up of the deadlift, or maybe just like trapped a nerve or something. But either way, it hurts to like breathe in. It's like a little sharp stabby pain. I'm pretty sure it's a nerve, but I'm going to try and work through it. But if it like exacerbates it or whatever, then I'll just listen to my body and not bother with the session today and go again another day. Yeah, how are you guys doing? What you been up to? Let me know in the comments. And first and foremost, hit the like button and subscribe, because we do content like this every single day. Doesn't mean we upload it every single day, but we do it every single day. And we're about to start marathon training as well. I know I said that we're going to start marathon training on Monday. Today is Wednesday, but I am waiting for my brother to get his shit together so we can actually start training for the marathon, London Marathon, which is actually in about 2 months' time. Because I am not going to put myself through the training plan of the London Marathon to then not actually go to the London Marathon. But that being said, there is a half marathon in the city that we might train for also, which is actually next year. And I have a 5k coming up at the beginning of September as well, so there's always videos and training that we're going to put up. But that's pretty much the intro of the video. Let's get this walk on, shall we? Hey, so I thought, let me just click these adaptive headphones so I can hear what I'm saying. I thought to myself, while I'm walking, I'll talk to you guys about some sort of health thing I've been going through for the last 3 years, almost 3 years. I have an autoimmune disease which is called hypothyroidism, which is basically where your thyroid is underactive. It doesn't do what it's supposed to do at the optimal level, and basically your body is like rejecting it. So this means that I have to take medication every day of my life to stay alive. I know that sounds dramatic, but that's generally what it means. So a lot of the symptoms of having hypothyroidism are extreme fatigue, sensitivity to cold temperatures, achy muscles, bones, things like that. I think you can't lose weight quite easily. You struggle to lose it. In fact, you gain it, I think. I should know all these things. Don't like get me at the comments. I'm not a doctor. I have read up about it. Obviously, I live with it. I've got it. I've had it for 3 years. I know most things. Like brain fog is another one. I think that the brain fog and the extreme fatigue is my main symptom. In terms of losing weight or gaining weight, it's the reverse for me. I've been shitting off weight over the last 6 weeks. I don't know why I'm bringing it down to 6 weeks. I think because the 6 weeks is when I've been going to the gym, running, eating better. So I think in terms of that, it's important to mention that you can lose weight, or at least I can lose weight. I don't know if it's the same for other people. And the sensitivity to cold and warm, that's not something I have either, which oftentimes leads me to think that my GPs and my endocrinologists have got my diagnosis wrong, because apart from being extremely fatigued every now and then and having extreme brain fog, I don't feel like I have any other symptoms of hypothyroidism. But that's what the endocrinologists say, that's what the GPs say. So I've been on something called levothyroxine, which is a synthetic form of the hormones that your thyroid produces, or should produce, for 3 years now. I started on 25 micrograms, I think, or milligrams. I think it's micrograms. And now, 3 years later, almost, I'm on 100. However, I got to the point where I started like really in-depth YouTubing it and researching it and stuff, and a lot of the time the medication is prescribed to you, at least it should be prescribed to you based on your weight, is what I've read. And during the whole journey of this autoimmune disease diagnosis and everything, my weight was never taken into account. I don't think I've ever been weighed by a GP or an endocrinologist at all. And I think that's how the baseline of prescribing you medication should be, according to reading. And at the start of finding out I had this, I weighed a little bit more than I weigh now, just a little bit. I was about 90, I think, 90 kilograms. Come on, buddy. And now I weigh about 12 kilograms less. So from watching all these YouTube videos that I've been watching lately of people like me who have managed to maybe decrease or even come off of their thyroid medication, I think that's really spurred me on to want the same thing, especially when for the 3 years I've had it, I felt like they've diagnosed it wrong, considering I only have 2, and I've only ever had 2 symptoms of the autoimmune disease that I was diagnosed with. I'm not against there being a diagnosis. There's obviously something going on, because I am extremely fatigued a lot of the time, and I've suffered with brain fog 24 hours a day, every single day, for about 3 years, and I've had bouts of it in my whole life since I was about 12. And there's videos up on my channel that you can go and see where a lot of the time we thought it was depersonalization, which it still could be, but we're not sure yet. And I'll link that video up here so you can go and see that. But I think my aim at the moment and the reason I'm talking to you about it is I'm trying to get to myself to a place where I can at least decrease the medication I'm on, with the hope of maybe coming off of the medication. Now, I'm aware that coming off of it might be a stupid idea, but I'm hoping that decreasing it is a possibility. Like I said, I'm on 100 micrograms, milligrams. I'm not entirely sure what the terminology is, but I'm on 100 of them. But like I say, I've lost a lot of weight since I was put on that diagnosis, on that prescription, which was about maybe 3 months ago. I started going on 100 milligrams, I don't know. But again, since then, I've lost a lot of weight. I had my bloods taken yesterday, in fact, by a very lovely phlebotomist, who we had a nice chat about some endocrinologists not being able to take blood to the best of their ability, and that is for another day, that story. But yeah, So I got my results already. I got my results at about, I don't know, 7 o'clock this morning, and I had them taken at 5 o'clock, 4:30 yesterday afternoon. And the jump from, I last had them taken in May, I think, and they were borderline on the wrong side. They were too high, borderline too high, which is weird because I don't know if your thyroid is underactive, surely it should be lower. Mine was too high. But obviously I'm not a doctor, I'm not a phlebotomist, I'm not an endocrinologist, I don't know the ins and outs and the levels and all that sort of shit. I just get this little bar that pops up, and if it's in the green it's good, if it's in the yellow or the red, you're fucked pretty much. And mine was sort of borderline yellow and green at the higher end at the time in May. And this morning both my T4 and my TSH, my free T4 and my TSH, were a considerable amount lower than they were 2 months ago. Now I don't know if that's to do with the medication I'm on being higher, or the fact that I've lost weight and I'm sort of in a better shape. That remains to be seen, but I need to speak to my endocrinologist when she calls me. But definitely reducing the amount of thyroxine that I'm on is a goal of mine, and hopefully being able to come off it entirely that's the A goal. The B goal is reducing it, and the C goal, I guess there isn't one. Basically, throughout this whole mission of coming off of thyroxine or dealing with hypothyroidism or whatever, the main mission really is to get rid of the brain fog, the extreme life affecting, quality of life affecting brain fog. That is my main mission above anything else, is getting rid of that. Because some days, honestly, I can sit there and stare into space and just feel like I'm not even on the planet. And it is life affecting. I have 3 children, have to be there for them, and a lot of the time I can't. I also work as a preschool practitioner, which obviously affects that job too, because I can't turn up to work and not have my head in the game when you've got 2 to 5 year olds running around with scissors and shit. Can't do that. So yeah, today was a good day in terms of the levels. I think what's going to end up happening is my endocrinologist is going to discharge me from their department at the hospital, and then they're just going to let the GP sort of control it all, which is not what I want, because a GP isn't a professional in, not an expert in the endocrine system or the thyroid. Lots of today, because I just turned this on and thought I'd just chat to you about it. So yeah, so that's the goal, ultimately, to come off of the thyroxine, if not lower it as much as possible, hopefully through diet and exercise. Anyway, well, that didn't go to plan, did it? I think I filmed like 3 workouts, and then 2 reasons. The gym started getting really busy, and I just felt like I couldn't sort of film myself and not get everybody else in the shot at the same time. And for some reason, since Monday, when I went last, between Monday and today, two of the machines I needed for today's workouts were broken, so I had to improvise, and it just didn't go to plan, to be fair. It was a good session all in all, but not for filming. However, I'm absolutely, I don't know if it's coming across on the camera, I'm absolutely dripping wet right now. Now I've got a 4K walk home. One day I'll run this there and back, but not today. Maybe instead of the what I usually do is when I end my session, I do like 10 to 20 minutes cardio on the treadmill. But what I could do is I could just run home instead at like 5k pace or something. Who knows? Anyway, I'm now on the way home, and I'm gonna jump in the bath, weigh myself, because what I've noticed lately is if I weigh myself, I know the most accurate weight is sort of first thing in the morning, but I like the reading better after I've been to the gym for the morning and got a sweat on, because I feel like my body's more of, I don't know if this is true or not, but I feel like I'm in more of a better condition, and the reading always tends to be lower, so I like it a bit more. I don't know if that's cheating or whatever, but I like it. Yeah, so I'm gonna get home, get a shower, and then make some naughty food. I'll try and make this a better vlog than what I feel like it's going to turn out to be. Maybe it'll be a day in the life of eating and shit. Who knows? Anyway, I'll see you guys later. So we got wholemeal toast, scrambled egg, and cherry tomatoes. And look who's making a little appearance. Look, this cunt.
My headphone died.
So that is half of the day and half of the video edited. I now have housework to be getting on with, because as you can see, there's a whole lot of shit that needs washing up and putting away. So I'm going to get to it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the kitchen. Tidy. So, now that's all done, I think I'm going to take the dog for a walk. It might be a little bit too hot, actually. Hey Google, what's the temperature?
The current temperature is 27 degrees.
Yeah, that's too hot to take a dog for a walk. So anybody watching this that takes their dog for a walk in stupid degrees, you don't deserve to have a pet. There's nothing more to that. You don't. So it is much later in the day now than it was when I last saw you, and I thought I'd pick the camera up now because I have a shop booked from between 3 till 5, and if you look on there, that says 5:38. And it's not here. No communication from the shop, no communication on Twitter. Usually I go to Twitter if something goes wrong. Nothing. And I'm starting to get a little bit irritated, hungry, and annoyed. I suppose you could sort of argue that irritated and annoyed are the same thing, but yeah, it's really starting to piss me off. If it gets to 6 o'clock and they're not here, somebody is going to be getting not a very nice phone call. Anyway, I wanted to show you guys what I was going to make for dinner. Obviously I can't now, but what I can tell you is tomorrow we're going on a day out with the kids because it is the holidays currently at the moment. Sorry, I'm just being a window watcher, hoping I'll see the food van turn up, but no. Where I live you can hear many cars and trains and planes, so it's easy to be deceived by the sound of a car's engine or a van. Yeah, sorry, I digress. So tomorrow we're going on a day out with the kids to a place called Nebworth House, which was booked a while ago, but we couldn't go that day because I had something booked, and then I also pre-booked going trampolining with the kids, and then we had Nebworth booked, so we moved Nebworth to tomorrow, and I ended up going to the gym, which I actually put that video up, and I will link it up here, and you can watch it. I ended up going to the gym with Brett, and nobody went trampolining because I cancelled it and I got my money back. But tomorrow we're supposed to be going to Nebworth. It's not going to be as good as what it was supposed to be. We were supposed to be going to like a food festival or something like that, but I don't think that's on anymore. But I think they've got something else on that the kids will enjoy. So hopefully it'll be a good day, and I am going to take you guys along and let you enjoy the day with us, I suppose. What else can I tell you while I'm here waiting? I just got a voicemail, sorry, which I assume is from the shop. I'm going to go and listen to it. Funny enough, it was not from the supermarket. It was from somebody else that is completely irrelevant to food and did not mention food in the slightest. I'm starting to get really, really, really annoyed. The one saving grace I have here now is I'm about 10 minutes walk from McDonald's, and I'm very, very, very much considering walking up there. I'm currently on a calorie deficit. I don't really want to be putting McDonald's in my system. But at this rate, I think it's going to happen.
Hiya. Sorry I'm late.
Nice. Hot as well, I suppose.
Thank you.
Alright.
Moving down to do. Right down this. So can't be too close at the
Are you
same
getting
time.
paid double?
No, wrong.
That's a limit. Yeah.
Walk the that side and now on the grill. So. Sorry about that.
That's alright.
Thank you.
That's alright, cool. So as you can see, she's just been. She told me that she was late because they had a driver call in sick and they gave her 2 rounds completely in different areas. I said, don't worry about it, son. Don't worry about it. But what I do not appreciate is the store not calling me and telling me that they're going to be late. That's what I don't appreciate. So Asda, if you're listening, you need to sort your fucking customer service out. Anyway, I want to go make my dinner and film it and show you guys. And yeah, let's get it done. So I am going to make either fajitas or like a burrito bowl. So we've got turkey mince, tomatoes, one cow spray, onion, peppers, and rice. And I'll probably put it in a wrap or have it on a bowl. In a bowl, not on a bowl. Burrito wraps.
I don't know why. It's like a charge around us that just feels right. Can't get my head around it. I can never hit the brakes every time you touch me.